hotel. We used to meet in Sheraton, now in Westin, so maybe it was some kind of small confusion, but we are not New York, we are not California. They will join us in 5 or 10 minutes. So, Your Excellency, Dr. Irele, Nigerian Ambassador for Republic of Croatia, Mr. Zdravko Pučivalšek, former Minister of Economy in Slovenian government, dear guests from Western Africa, dear guests from Europe, and dear members of Slovenian Croatian Business Club. Welcome to our traditional business breakfast dedicated to doing business with Western Africa. Something completely different from our usual business breakfast topics. And maybe a few words why. Slovenia and Croatia are two neighborhood countries with very strong economic relations. We are talking about 2 and 4 million of inhabitants, but for each other we are among first 3 business or economic partners. Last year the commodity exchange was, let's say, record, more than 5 billion euros. We do see a lot of business opportunities still between Croatia and Slovenia, but the next very important step is to find some synergy and cooperation with third countries. In this case, opportunity was with Western African states. So together, Slovenian and Croatian business partners will try to establish new connections and maybe do some business with foreign countries. We are very happy to see you here, especially because some of you traveled a long voyage to join us. This morning on the radio I heard that next week from Africa we will receive hot air and sand. That will be from North Africa. But from Western Africa we are looking to see some business wind. I will ask Her Excellency Dr. Irele to address this meeting, and then we will begin with business opportunities. Dr. Irele, please.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to first of all thank the organizers for inviting me, in particular Mr. Mumonavic, President of the SLO CRO business, and Mr. Dada, who is President of CWIBA. And I will start by saying I hope I will not be blowing a lot of hot air from here as I talk to you this morning. It's no secret that there are changes in alliances all over the world now. You know, people have had in the past traditional business partners, and for historical reasons, maybe Nigeria has been used to doing business with other parts of Europe or with the Americas or with France and so on. But this is changing with the globalization, with more economies coming out into the free market and so on. And they're finding out that there are new markets that have to be explored. From European countries, they're looking at Africa for new opportunities, and definitely Africa is looking towards Africa and other European countries for new alliances, new businesses. And so this is what I want to maybe just give a few words of information about Nigeria, and also hopefully I will be learning later on from you what the other opportunities I was not aware of. So maybe I'll just start by talking about why think of Nigeria at all. Why should this group of people think of doing business in Nigeria? We're used to talking about Nigeria having a large population, 200 million. We've got the oil resources, we've got the mineral resources, and these are not new things. So I'm not going to flog those areas. These are things that you're probably aware of. But what I think is important that we can begin to look at is doing business in Nigeria in traditional sectors, but taking non-traditional approaches to those businesses. One of the things that has possibly been a traditional way of doing things is just trade. You buy your oil, you deliver it, and so on. Traditional trade. You export something, and you get your money back. But Nigeria is really open to having more long-term relationships that will provide those opportunities in a more structured way and over a longer period of time when both parties will get a lot more. So when you're thinking of exports, I'm going to start with exports, I think that taking a look at direct investment in certain areas is more beneficial, I think, to people who are here because you're here because you are committed to doing business. So what would be the areas? For example, if you're looking at investing in Nigeria, benefiting from the incentives that government gives, taxation, we're looking at creating an agreement, signing up an agreement of making sure that there's no double taxation between Croatia, and that would apply also to Slovenia, although there are different treaties, agreements that will be signed, so that it improves your ability to maximize profit when you're doing business in Nigeria. Also, the fact that we have a large population means that if you're transferring the production of whatever it is that you're doing, you're likely to be able to benefit from lower labor costs in Nigeria. You're likely to be able to benefit from that market that is so big, because selling within Nigeria itself is probably a lot more, it's a lot easier and maybe much more profitable depending on the business that you're doing. And we'll talk about the various sectors that might be interesting for people who are here. So rather than just looking at sending things to Nigeria and collecting the money, it's better in terms of the long-term value to think of foreign investment directly into the country. And what are the areas that are doing very well now in Nigeria? We're looking at consumer products. That is a very, very, very fast-growing area. You're looking at manufacturing things like foam and things that have to do with furniture in Nigeria, and then you can export that out. But already in Nigeria, you are going to be making the money. There's so many companies I've seen now that are actually foreign and are doing that kind of business in Nigeria itself directly. Then the businesses in the agricultural sector, seeds and greenhousing, those areas, Nigeria provides the market. And the fact is that when we start talking about some of the cons or some of the difficulties, we'll look at the fact that there are some items that cannot benefit immediately from the best foreign exchange rates, but if you're doing business within the country itself, that doesn't become a problem at all, and you can maximize it in terms of the pricing and so on. So those are areas that are important. IT is very important. In Nigeria, Nigeria has been ranked as commanding 35% globally of the e-commerce business. So when you look at that, and within Nigeria, 37% of that e-commerce business comes in the field of fashion. Many Nigerian women now do not buy their clothes outside Nigeria. They produce them in Nigeria and they buy, and that's what they do. However, the skill and the machinery to scale up isn't there yet. And so you find that they're still doing custom made, but you can't go into a shop and just buy off the rack. But the market is there, it's ready. I'm looking around here today, and many of I am in Nigerian. She is in a Nigerian outfit, and I'm sure many of my two lovely ladies there, one is from Nigeria, one is not from Nigeria, they will understand what I'm saying. So that's a market that is doing exceedingly well. Financing film industry also is another area. I talk about financing because if you look at Netflix now, you've got a lot of films that are not Hollywood films anymore. People are looking for new sceneries, new experiences through film. And what I understand is that they're looking for new scenery as well. And so when you have places where with the beach, Nigeria has a lot of beach land, has a lot of different urban areas. And so those are areas where you can do business in a new way. And I want to emphasize this because there are overlaps between Nigeria and Nigeria's economy and the economies of Slovenia and Croatia. Developing economies, building economies, trying to create new markets. So, and then, the population here isn't as big, obviously, as the population in Nigeria, but there's the synergy that can be created in those situations. So these are things that maybe would not have been thought of before. For countries like these two countries that I've mentioned, three countries that I've mentioned, that middle area is what I think we need to do, because that's where there is massive growth opportunities. Sports is another area, and not just having people come to join particular sporting groups in Europe or maybe for football and so on, but training, and it's big business. It's big business. In the past, sports was not looked at very kindly in Nigeria. Parents would say, look, I want my child to be a doctor, an engineer, not even a teacher, but doctor, engineer, those are the main things. But now, that is not the case anymore. So I'm just saying that these are things that I would like to just bring to your attention. I don't want to hog the microphone, but there's one more thing I'd like to talk about, and that is that because of the recognition of the growth of opportunities in this area, there is already now new links between the Hungarian aviation and Nigerian aviation industries. And what they've done is they're creating a freight hub between Hungary, Hungary being the hub, but to service this whole Central Europe and Eastern Europe, mostly Central Europe countries, and Nigeria. So direct link, direct freight and cargo links and routes to facilitate the movement of cargo between those two countries. So just to create, I hope, some new debate about new ways of looking at dealing in Africa and dealing in Nigeria. Health is important. Pharmaceutical industries are important. The last area that I want to talk about, it would not be fair not to say that there are some difficulties in considering Nigeria. So I don't want to create a rosy picture that without any slight hiccups. I'm sure people have been talking about, security issues in Nigeria. Yes, there are some security challenges, but they are restricted to areas. And when you're working with the embassy and with well-known people, it's important to use the facilities that the embassy provides in introducing you to credible entrepreneurs, credible businesses, and taking you through the whole structure of doing business in Nigeria. And Nigeria has improved its ranking in terms of ease of doing business. But those are issues that we can help you navigate. And the other issue would be infrastructural needs, particularly in the area of power. So those are things that the country is working assiduously to improve, but there are ways around these things. And those countries that have taken the bull by the horn have done very, very well. So thank you all for listening. I'm going to take that as a notice for me to move off the, the microphone. But thank you very much for listening. And I hope that you're going to have very good interactions from each other when you come up here to talk. And whilst we mingle more in a more relaxed way over the breaks. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Some of our guests already are doing business in Western Africa. That was a big surprise for me because we don't know much about that area. And how can we go there and make business? 2 suitcases, airplane, and go over there. It is possible, yes, but it's not that easy. Trust me, it's not that easy. So the other way is to meet some people, networking, to meet some organizations who can help you with that. And now my great pleasure is to take over the microphone to Mr. Michael Dada, who will be our co-host today, and who is the right person for information about doing business in Western Africa. Mr. Dada, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Meriki. Your Excellency, Mayor, and the Deputy Prime Minister. I think I still give you that, former Deputy Prime Minister of Slovenia. Thank you so much for your attention given to me when I came to Ljubljana. Yes, you are right. I'm not going to be standing here telling us what are possible in Nigeria. Our Excellency has given us the needful information, although however basic that may be, but I believe there are more to that. Now, there is one side of being informed, and there's another side, as we've been told, to step in the information and create information to become action. I remember a few months ago, I was in Ljubljana. I was invited. I have my friend here, Dejan, who is going to be coming up to give us his own experience. It happened that in a business meeting like this, I give a presentation. How can Slovenians do business in Nigeria? And I told them, yes, we have 400 million population West African region. Nigeria takes 200 million, half of the region. Any entrepreneur, any company, any businesses that think he or she needs a market, and force their hands, not doing anything, going to Nigeria, as he rightly said, your briefcase, get the tickets, set up someone to link you up in Nigeria and see things yourself, I think such company or entrepreneur will be missing chances. So after the presentation in Ljubljana, there were a few companies that were present, part of which was, I think, some companies who have been meaning to go to Nigeria. And after the meeting, I was approached, and one of the persons that approached me was Dejan. And he said, Michael, are you saying that with this your presentation, and with the fact that you did not just come here with PowerPoints and, you know, wasting people's time and stuff, I came with the products that I brought from Africa, from Nigeria, and he saw it, and he told me, are you sure that I can find this in Nigeria? I said, yes. Few weeks later, Dejan and I agreed to go to Nigeria, and I showed him that, look, this is Nigeria. And from that day, he fell in love with Nigeria. Well, I will want him to come and say things himself, so that it's not look as if I am kind of saying things that, because I can be tempted to tell beautiful things about my country, despite the odds. But I think it's appropriate for a Slovenian. I like the Slovenian, they're entrepreneur. I like their spirit. And I wish the Croatian can just follow suit. So, Dejan, please, could you kindly come and just give us your own experience about the potentials in Nigeria? Dejan, please. Let's appreciate him as he comes.
Hello to everyone, Your Excellency, Mr. Počevalšek and the other. When Michael said to me, well, then would you come to Zagreb and explain about your experience in Nigeria? I said, are you sure? Because, you know, I'm quite realistic. I will tell something in direct way. Maybe my English is not too good, so some words might be harsh or rude, but it will be, a message will be delivered. And I also said, well, and on the other side, you know, Her Excellency will be there, and she's like representing the country. And then I will be talking about our approaches in doing business in Nigeria, mostly legal. Some of them, I will not say illegal, but in a gray territory of doing business. But all of these things have to be done if you want to do a business down there. So Michael said to me, no, look, if business wants to go to Nigeria, you just have to give them the situation as it is. So don't get me wrong, I will be talking about difficulties that we are having down there and what approaches we are using to bridge them. So let me just start, just in the beginning we had with the AfriGoods idea to bring African stuff and products to Europe, to put it into the National Laboratory of Public Health to get certificates, and then 405 million market for African products opens. We have Port of Copper, we have everything. I met Dada at one of the conferences, I was inspired because he had product with himself, not just the presentation, but products. He brought cashew nuts, he brought shea butter, everything. I said, okay, I know shea butter because my wife likes it. Cashew nuts, I also know. Although in Slovenia, they're called like indijski oreški, but then it turned out that they're exported from Nigeria to India. They're outshelved and brought to Europe as the Indian one, although they are from Nigeria and Western Africa. But it turned out that we have the difficulty. So let me just explain. And then it turned out that we brought the other company to Africa, Gym Planet. We opened the company, Gym Planet Africa. We are doing business in Africa now. But we are again now exporting something from Europe to Africa. And the primary idea was different, to bring from Africa to Europe, because Europe needs products, needs semi-products, raw material for the industry in Europe. And this is what we need. So with high hopes and very goodwill and everything, I went for the first time to Nigeria. Yes, in Nigeria, it's a lot of opportunities, even probably more challenges, but somehow business finds its way. You know, it's just like trying to have a water under depression in some kind of a container. The water will find way out. So it doesn't matter what kind of legal burdens you have or limitations, somehow it just goes around. And there were situations when I was already like completely depressed, like we cannot do this, we cannot do this. I would just leave everything, leave out, and they said, well, and then someone called, well, you know, I know this guy, and this one knows this guy, and somehow everything just goes. And you said like, okay. And then I have challenges because, and I will tell you why. So the first thing, when I came to Nigeria, the second line, everyone has everything. That was the best thing. You know, do we have this? We have everything. Do we have this? We have everything. Everyone has everything. It's like the gypsies in the restaurant here on the Balkans. Do you know this song? Yes, we know. Do you know this song? Yes, we know. Everyone knows everyone's song. Half of them, they don't know. They just improvise, but everyone has everything. So then we brought a lot of samples to Europe. Is this grade A shea butter? Of course it is. What kind of question is this? Is this grade A? Of course it is grade A. And we need grade A shea butter. We have specific requirements for A, B, C, and so on. We need A grade, which is the best for the instant usage on the skin. So I came with all of these samples here. I brought them to the National Public Health of Laboratory, and turned out that all of these were C grade, which have to go into the further production as raw material, so that they're not, they cannot be used for the immediate use. So I said to Michael, now we will have to do some kind of a change in our strategy, because everyone has everything. But if we're going to spend that much money of testing each sample here, we are just not coming along. So we found out a laboratory in Nigeria that is doing these tests. So we now are saying to all of these who offer us products, now go to this laboratory, do the test. If you believe it's safe, just do the test. Of course, when we will get sample, we will also test it here, because we need a European certificate that the product comes to Europe and market opens. So this was now changed. But the next thing that we see in Nigeria, it's, in my opinion, related to mentality. It's very fast life. And this fast life, people have to grab an opportunity immediately, and if possible, try to earn a few $1 million immediately, and to have money for all of your relatives and family, a few lines in front and back and left and right. And I'm having this constantly. We had, for example, we had here a friend of mine said, look, I have a shopping center here. I would like to sell it in Slovenia. I said, okay. He gave me, and we made a presentation with a shopping center, with all the shops inside, with the list of the rents, with the list of the contracts, of everything. How much money they can generate in 10 years, in 15 years, how much it's worth, and we are promising whoever will buy the shopping center a 5% yield each year. which basically means that much you earn by rents, that much you will pay, it's 5% each year. And in presentation, it was everything, shops, rents, prices, everything. I put this into the PDF. I sent it to someone in Nigeria because he was one who was willing to buy. And in Nigeria, you operate only by a person who can guarantee for someone. So if that one guarantees for this person for this, you try to do business. Otherwise, you don't do business. So I was in the circle of a businessman that were trusting each other. So I sent a presentation, and I don't know, I will say, let's say that price of this shopping center was 10 million. In a few days, it turned out that everything was changed, that the price was 12 million, because some middleman was putting like 2 million immediately, like some kind of a provision inside. Now, I understand, but from the presentation, it turns out if a price is 12 million instead of 10, we cannot talk anymore about 5% of yield, but 3%. And in Nigeria, you get this constantly. When you come somewhere, everywhere, on every position is some kind of a middleman that puts some kind of a provision upwards, and then at the end of the day, product doesn't cost 100, but it costs 120 or 30. There is no long-term view of doing business. And we came to Nigeria, and we had, with German companies, we had a presentation about doing in the palm tree business. And about investing money, the Germans were prepared to invest money into the mills for palm oil. And we said to them, we need long-term partners. Yes, Germans will bring money, they will invest into the mills. Long-term, you will be selling to us, we know where we will be buying, we will have a quality product, and so on. But somehow, the mentality down there is just to immediately get money, now become rich, no long-term view. And this is something that I'm missing down. Of course, there are exemptions and people who understand this, but I'm talking about, let's say, my European view when coming down there and seeing things. And what you need to do, basically, it's by your connections, find these people that are willing to do with you on a long run, and there are down there. But you really need to go by the trustworthy line when someone guarantees for this one, this one, this one, this one, and at the end of the line, you will get someone, and there you do the business, and you stick to each other, and then you go on. Fake addresses and so on, we had opportunities about this. We are changing our accountant in Nigeria for Gym Planet Africa. We find someone else. We went there, we talked to him on the phone. We said, we are coming to Lagos tomorrow, can we meet? Yes, we can meet. We come there to this address. It was really nice house with some kind of advocates inside and so on. Well, it turned out that this was actually the ex-employee in this building. He just put his name, and he has accounting studio and pictures and everything. It was from this. And when the lawyers, the ladies found out that he's still using their address as his business, they went mad. We were at the conference table at that time. They're calling him on the phone and just getting mad about that he's to put the address down. But I'm talking to you about this, that you're just aware about things. Of course, with all of these challenges, you start to do business because you know, okay, this one put his middleman, this one put margin, this one is not trustworthy, this has fake addresses, and then you start actually seeing things as they are in Nigeria and starting to see ways where to go and how to handle the challenges. In Lekki, we found a very nice place. This is part in Lagos with a very nice rent, a house for our business premises. We put some 100,000 of Naira of rent security deposit. We were renting the house for 1 year, paying rents all the time, everything with all the costs. At the end of the year, we should get this 100,000 of rent deposit. No way. Calling down there, bringing on bank account, Michael being down there and so on, no one gives you back the money. And this is then the impression that European gets when trying to do the business in Nigeria. That like everyone is trying just to get money from you, and when you connect this to some kind of Nigerian scams here in the emails and so on, the picture in Europe is we don't want to do the business with Nigeria, which is wrong. All of these are only challenges that you have to go over and bridge. Now, at the Gym Planet Africa, we have challenges with US dollars, with the exchange rate. But not just the exchange rate. The problem is getting dollars. And because we are selling tests in Nairas, we get Nairas on our account, and the Gym Planet Europe gives me invoice in dollars. So I have to pay them in dollars. And the problem is that we do all the reconciliation at the official rate. But the point is that in Nigeria, you cannot get dollars at the official rate. You have to go to the black market, where you lose 30% of value of when exchanging from Naira to dollars. And still, you have to get these dollars on your bank account. Bank account, so on US dollar account, so that you can do the transaction to Europe. So how to do this? Of course, there are some kind of schemes like Q form and so on, where you can buy certain amount of dollars. So you just fill a form. And then if you're a small company, let's say, then you are obliged to, then you can buy some $80,000, $85,000, if I'm not wrong, per year. But this is only for the import of stuff. Now, if you import products, this is okay. But if you import a service, this is not okay. So at the end of the day, it turned out that we just have to buy dollars on a black market. So how to do this? So I called our client manager at the Zenith Bank and said to him, now look, sir, we need the dollars. He said, well, how much dollars do you want to buy? And I said, I don't know, a few thousand for some, 10,000, 20,000 for now, and then we will go slow up. He said, oh, sir, if you would say to me that you need $1 million, I would bring you immediately someone who will sell you $1 million. But you're asking me for $10,000. Who is dealing with this? So I needed 1 month to get this $10,000. At the first moment, he sold me 3,000, and then 2,500, and so on. And buying dollars is just that you get on WhatsApp a message, send your money to this account, and I sent Nairas just because I trust our bank manager to some account, to the company that I never saw, and I don't know them, nothing. And in a few seconds, I get dollars on my account. And he just said, the rate is this and this, is this okay? I say, okay, and so on. And then I have challenges. Then I come to Gym Planet Europe, of course, with all these international accounting standards and people being in line like Germans and so on. And they say to me, okay, so about these dollars and everything, so we will have to put in this, we will have to, to write down laws for the exchange rate. Can you give me some formal paper of buying you, how you bought these dollars? I said, formal paper, I will show you the formal paper. I just opened the computer, the WhatsApp. You see, this is my formal paper in Nigeria. Oh, I have dollars. Really? How much? It was 500 and something. Naira, are you buying? I'm buying. That's it. This is formal paper for you, okay? So then we have to then bridge all of this accounting stuff and changing and buying dollars that we do in Nigeria by WhatsApp and like on the street and so on. Then you have to put it somehow formally at your mother company here. And you also need in Europe someone who understands this, and usually they do. But it was funny thing with dollars. Then we need again some amount of dollars and again some amount. And at first, we were sending money to some account of a company, I don't know which one, and then we sent, when we bought for I don't know which time, we were sending money to someone that had the same last name as our bank account manager. It was probably his uncle or something like this. Then at the end of the day, he's already sending me $1 from his account that has at the other bank, which is okay. Okay, you have dollars, so. And it's so funny, you know, you have a client manager at the Zenith Bank who gives you his account at the Polaris Bank, and then you send to him money, and he suddenly becomes not only the bank manager, but also the exchange money manager and everything. Which for me, as a business, in a way, it's okay, because I know that as long as I have him there, I will be buying dollars. Now, I don't know if this is okay for Nigeria and everything. I believe it's not, but there's lack of dollars. I also don't know why is in Nigeria lack of dollars if I believe that Nigeria have fourth biggest reserves of oil in the world and a lot of oil, and they sell this oil in US dollars. So I don't know how come that there are no dollars in the system and everything. But because a lot of corruption in the last year, they are put these burdens about how much money then you can send over the, let's say, to Europe. You have to fill some special forms, some additional confirmations have to be done. But at the end of the day, we now have way to buy dollars, and I know that because my client manager at the bank is my exchange dollars manager, and he gets some kind of provision down there as a middleman, but I know that I will be getting dollars when I will need them. So then you get used to this, that you pay something to someone, but you know that you will get. And this is then for business important. Security in local trustworthy partners. Security is a challenge. Last time before Corona, when I was down there, we had to do a business meeting in Ibadan because there's an institute for seats. To Ibadan, this is roughly 100 kilometers from Lagos. It's a highway connection, but it was already a rainy period, a lot of rain, a lot of water comes to the streets, on the road, on highway, and then the traffic slows. Like they say in Lagos, you know, when no one moves anywhere because there's so much of traffic, they just say, oh, it's go slow. So it's go slow and go slow. So then on highway, you have go slow. And when this happens, at that time, it was a specific period, attacks occur. Just guys with the guns and pistols, they come to highway and they rob you. Because you cannot go very fast because there's a lot of rain on the road. So although we had, and Michael did everything about the security, we had this army jeep and everything with blinded windows and black windows in behind and so on. But just because of security, we had to cancel this trip. And for European, it's not normal that on a 100-kilometer highway, I mean, at that time, I was aware that that Nigeria has problem with Boko Haram and so on, but when you're talking about challenges 1,500 kilometers away, you just don't care about this, even if you're in Abuja. Because it's center of Nigeria, political. But when something happens in Ibadan, and you as a business entrepreneur that would like to do business on the agriculture, that would like to import something for Nigeria, you cannot go to the institute that have seats and the quality of everything. Now, at that time, you don't know exactly what to do because you would have to have a chance to approach specialists in the seed industry in Nigeria to start doing business with them. And then we had some, so Michael, I believe you still went to Ibadan. Me and other Europeans were on WhatsApp, I mean on this some kind of Zoom and so on, but it was something else at that time. But this is not the way you can do business. You see each other down there, but you would like to meet people, and this is something that has to be done. Experience that I have in Nigeria, it's a lot of talking without the realization. Now, maybe this is also for you, Europe, I don't know, but because I'm not that much in business clubs, but in Nigeria, on a lot of occasions we are talking to people about having this, having that, we will do business, just talking, and like at the end of the day, it's nothing. Like they just vanish or they're not there, or although something like this also happened to Hungary with us, with a Hungarian guy. But this is some kind of general image that I have, so I'm a bit careful about this. Yeah, if anything is unclear, it should be discussed. We had queries for Teakwood, we had queries for a lot of other stuff. Then you come, then it's a challenge because, and this is related to security. You cannot go outside of the Lagos, you cannot go on a country because of the security. Now, Michael can go, but also Michael, when he went to Kano and up there, he dressed like a Muslim. because of the security. And he's a black guy, but he had to be wear the Muslim in Kano and Upper Ridge because of, and he succeeded, but he was under the disguise. So, but when a European would want to go, and if you buy teak wood, you have to go to the farm. You have to go down there to see the people, to saw the mill, to saw the sew and everything, and you just cannot go because of security. So in these cases, you have to rely on a trustworthy local partners. And you, again, need to have this net. And then starts a discussion. You know, then you would like to buy teak wood, he's in Africa, you're here, internet is not that good, then how much does cost? And then there's this difference between metric systems. They have imperial, UK, or how is it called, in feet and so on. We have in meters. And somehow we just couldn't come along with the numbers and prices, because at the end of the day, either the prices didn't work or and this is something that can be communicated in the direct discussion with someone, but you just cannot go down there. And we also had some sad stories. It was a Claude that he started his business. Michael, Claude is from which country is Claude? Claude, you know Claude, this airplane engineer that started with sesame seeds. He's from, he's not Nigerian, but he started a business in Nigeria with sesame seeds. He was an airplane engineer, probably some 50, 60 years old, and it was a sad story because he came to Nigeria. He had fields of sesame and everything, and he was all the time optimistic. Also, when we met him in Lagos, he was optimistic about everything. He was sending us pictures, how sesame is growing and so on. And 1 year it was okay, but then next year, he was like completely desperate, completely, because farmers robbed him. At some time, his plantation was robbed. Farmers just were grabbing things, whatever he needed. He was not Nigerian, and he said that he's moving out of Nigeria. And these are sad stories that have to be shared with you, but not to prevent you from coming to Nigeria, because I still love Nigeria. I love gari, I love pounded yam, I love egusi, although my wife doesn't like egusi sauce, but I like it. I mean, I don't like it with the first bite, but after the third bite, it's okay and it's good. So it's some kind of, for me, as a taste. I still believe that a lot, and we as Afro-Goods, we have the export license. When we came to Nigeria, we were first, we had a meeting also with what's the export, the main Nigerian export agency in Abuja. Yeah. So we also received the export license. Without this license, you cannot do the export of goods out of Nigeria. So we have everything. We have connections. We would like to bring stuff from Africa to Europe, but what we are currently doing, we are selling, we brought Gym Planet Africa. So we brought Gym Planet to Africa. We are selling something to Africa, but primarily the idea was to bring, because in Africa it's a lot of stuff that can be brought to Europe for European industry and so on. We will just have to go through these two challenges with the quality and everything. But now we already know a bit more about Nigeria. I haven't been there for the last 2 years because of the corona, but business finds a way. And last time it was interesting because one of the Slovenian airplane company wanted to go to Nigeria, and they were basically also invited to Nigeria. We had Michael's friend was down there, was organizing the trip, and there was this COVID regulation. If you came to Nigeria, you had to go for 2 weeks, I believe, to quarantine before going out and so on. But, you know, again, the connections. This guy knows someone at the airport who knew someone else at the airport and so on. So I said to Europeans, to our Slovenian company, I said to them, now look, just go down there, everything is set. You will come to the airport, but Michael is guaranteeing you will come outside, although there's corona and everything, you will come outside, you will do the meeting, the ministry, come back and be in 3 days back in Europe. Yeah, but this corona, what if Ayrton? Nothing will happen to you, just go down there. So I had to be already a psychiatrist for half of our talk. And I had on one side, I have the African partner saying everything is set, let them bring there. I had him persuading him, this is not Europe where you have, yes, Corona, and then you have to go to quarantine and da-da-da-da. And at the end of the day, it was exactly like I said and like Michael said to me, it's going to be. They came to Nigeria, although it was Corona, someone at the airport knew this one and that one knew this one. They went out, do the talk with everyone, being in hotel, meeting admirals, chief, generals, I don't know who well, come back in 3 days and come back to Slovenia. So, and this is this gray area I was talking about, and with exchanging doors and everything. Business just finds a way, but you need to have connections and you have to rely. So when you have connections and everything, then you can do business with Nigeria. And it's so much opportunities in Nigeria that I don't want to prevent you from going down there. Last time last time they called me from the Pirnar doors, one of the best producers of doors in Slovenia. And they said to me, Jim Planet gave me your address because you're in Nigeria. We're having problems in Nigeria because we have our studio and we're selling doors in Nigeria and everything. And there was this challenge with sending dollars to Europe. If you can help us. I said, well, we have all accounts. We can do some kind of bypass and everything. It will go. It's okay. And he said to me then, well, and I was talking to sales manager, and he said to me, well, because my chiefs and everyone is saying that they would just like to go out of Nigeria. And I say, well, don't do this, because it's 200 million people, and if 15% of them have a lot of money, it's still 20, 30 million. It's like a Poland, okay, a bit less. Poland has 40 million. And he said to me, well, I know, Dejan, I was talking this to my chiefs. So much expensive doors. I mean, he said to me, I'm selling doors to Nigeria for a price, so high price, that no way that I can sell these doors in Europe for this price. They don't talk. They want to have these doors. They even don't negotiate about prices and everything. And he would like to stay in Nigeria down there. I don't know then how the situation went off, if he persuaded them or not. And also, when you come to Lagos, the new Ferrari that will come out of the factory and where you have line of buyers and everyone, it will be in 1 week probably in Lagos, like with all of these Rolls Royces. I still don't understand why is there so many Rolls Royces in Lagos, because roads are not that good, at least outside of and everyone is driving Toyotas and so on. But what I would like to say, so many expensive cars that you see in Lagos and so many big cars that you see in Lagos, you just don't see around here in Europe. So money is down there and everything is down there. You just have to know how to approach them, where to go, how to find, who to call and everything, and then the business can just go on. So this is my opinion about Nigeria. So yeah, that's it actually. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Excuse me, Dejan. On my own part, that was actually a bold move. But to be real, I strongly believe that everyone should hear. I like how he kind of explained it. For example, if I should take 4 companies from Croatia to Lagos, Nigeria, and they now experience what he experienced, it would be unprofessional of me to, I mean, they have the right to kind of maybe give me a dirty name or, call me names. So what we are trying to achieve here is this. Know the reality of what is existing, not only in Nigeria. I believe every country in the world, every country has its own challenges. It's just about overcoming it. I must confess, what we don't have the tenacity to do is the ability to be fully present in Nigeria. For successful foreign companies that are excelling in Nigeria, they are there. They have what it takes. If I should be staying in Nigeria, or I have a company that said, all right, we want you to represent us in Nigeria, it will work. But the flaw in myself and Dejan's case is that both of us are the directors of this company. We are here. I shuttle between the UK, Europe, and Nigeria. We don't have enough resources. But I discovered that for the few customers in Nigeria that have what it takes, I mean, when I say what it takes, an average Nigerian that has resources can decide to wake up in the morning, fly to London, and when he gets to London, do what he has to do, fly to Florida, and from Florida, come back to Nigeria. There exist those kind of clients in Nigeria. Now, what we are trying to say is this. Yes, we have the Chinese, we have the Indians. They are in Nigeria. They have their own method. They are fully there. And they are excelling. Now, for the Europeans, it's going to take more than what we are doing. I mean, Dejan has that adventurous spirit. If I may ask, with due respect, how many Croatians in the house will be willing, after hearing all this, to still want to follow me to Nigeria and sit-ins? Well, I want to believe the Croatians also have the spirit that the Slovenians have. But the reality is that we can establish a structure. After all, the Croatian honorary consular in Nigeria is having his own business there. He has his own shipping company there. He's excelling. He is there in Nigeria. We cannot sit here, be it in Bosnia, because I have my friends from Bosnia. I call him the youngest CEO in Bosnia. I said, look, we cannot do business in Nigeria with telephone, with Google, with, what is going on? Why are you not doing this? Excuse me, you need to be there. Now, Our Excellency has given us the opportunity that, look, if we can approach the Nigerian embassy will create the necessary network we need in Nigeria. And also myself, my association, we have what it takes. If, for example, I think 2 months ago I was here, I was speaking with Mr. Branco about Obico. I said, Mr. Branco, you have one of the formidable logistic company here in Europe. I said, do you know that if Obico is interested, you can set up Obico Africa in Nigeria. All the flaws that my colleague said, we can straighten things up. You help the farmer, you invest in the farmers, you help them, not that they can't grow, but they only lack the mechanism, they lack the expertise. Myself and Dejan and my American partner, who is the former dean of Central Eastern European University, the business school, we went to Nigeria. We educated, the Germans were there, trying to help things with the local farmers. The Germans were ready to invest to make sure that the farmers get things wrong. Our own was to tell the farmers from about 4 or 5 states, Dejan, right? We told them, look, this is why your products are not meeting European standard. And they were ready to learn. So we know that they are the local farmers, for example, or the resources available in Nigeria and the existing environment. I mean, yes, there is insecurity. I'm a British citizen. I don't like it to go to London when the time is not ripe. I can be knifed. In America, we hear of gunshot. So there is only in Europe, well, maybe that there are some few security that are guaranteed. But there are insecurities all over. But despite the insecurities and the hordes, people still go and do business. So I believe when I told Dr. Branco that if you can invest Obico Africa, coordinate the logistic, plant, get help. You can even buy all the produce from the farmers. Now invest in it, brand it, send it to Obiko here in Zagreb, and from Zagreb you can penetrate all of Europe. So that is the practicality. Gym Planet. After myself and Dejan, we told them about the possibilities. We took about 7 Slovene Gym Planet, their CEO, and the rest. They followed us to Nigeria. We took them to Abuja. We took them to Lagos, and I remember this night, we were having dinner late. Marco, the CEO, he said, Mr. Dada, we are impressed with what we've seen. Can you and Dejan register the company? He said, yeah. And we registered Gym Planet Africa. Myself and Dejan are the directors. And despite all my colleagues have said, Gym Planet is still flowing. We are still striving. At least we can boldly say we have Gym Planet Africa. And we employed staffs in Nigeria. Now, another thing that I want to let you know is that, okay, if you cannot go to Nigeria, you can invest in bringing people from Nigeria, bring them here in Zagreb, tell them what to do, teach them what to do, and they will go back and represent the company. So these are all the possibilities. I believe that, yes, despite the odds, we cannot just look away. I strongly believe in my country. I strongly believe in my continent, particularly the West African region. I strongly believe that if any Central Eastern European entrepreneur, precisely Croatia and Slovenia and Bosnia, or anyone in this region is really ready to do business, to be part of what is going on in West Africa, we are ready to take you there. And I was so glad when my ambassador said, look, we are ready. Please, when she says that, I strongly believe in her. And I believe in myself and my team and my colleagues, and we are waiting for the potential entrepreneur or Croatian companies. Already we have Slovenia. I want to see Croatian companies in Nigeria, in West Africa. Please, I know we have questions. We are still going to give room for that. But I also want to make us understand that because I am the president, the founder of Central Eastern European and West African Business Association, yes, I'm a Nigerian. Nigeria is primary. We also have Ghana in my association. At the moment, the former deputy the governor of Bank of Ghana is with us. He's going to be giving us his own experience, whereby, so that then there's also a Ghanaian businessman that is based in Budapest that is here. He's going to also, I was just giving him maybe a few minutes to tell us what are possible in Nigeria, sorry, in Ghana. Then I also want to appreciate the fact that we have the Vice President of African Development in Diaspora. He's an Ugandan man. I call him my papa. He's an African man. So he has his own Ugandan investment opportunities that he's going to be sharing with us in a few minutes. After all this, then we will give us the opportunity to ask questions. And I strongly believe that with business trip to either Lagos, Nigeria, or Abuja, or Accra, Croatians and Slovenian businessmen will come back with change of business mentality about Africa. On that note, I would want to, I don't know, is it possible for the Ghanaian guy to just tell him? So while we're waiting for him, I will want to, will you be ready to just say one or two things, Mr. Frederick? Shall we bring the mic there, or you can come? Oh, yes, please, I will just beg your pardon because he has some physical disabilities. Is there any, Shasha, is there a way I can get the mic just for us to hear? Please. Is it working? No. Thank you. So please kindly bear with him. He will just give us the investment opportunities from his own end from Ghana. While we wait for, yeah, just go ahead.
Hello. Excellencies, honorables, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. Here, I'm from Ghana. My name is Frederick Kono. I live in Eastern Central Europe for almost 20 years. And I have a much experience with business. Yeah. And with this, what I can concur on what Mr. Dada has said and his partner has said, including our excellency, everything is just like that in West Africa, in short, in the whole Africa. In Ghana, we have the same issues. In Central Africa, we have the same issues. But if you are a businessman, you jump into the sectors that you are excelling in it, I tell you, the sky is your limit. The sky will be your limit. Shell are there. BP is there. At the moment, I'm trying to take a Turkish company who has been established since 1948, dealing with lubricants. So everything, he's begging me to send him there. I say, look, I'm handicapped. Wait, I will connect you to my uncle, ex-governor of Bank of Ghana. He will give you the details. So there's no doubt about what Mr. Dada and his partner have said concerning business in Africa. We know Ghana, Croatia, and Slovenia, and all these places, they are always skeptical. I'll just tell you, this year, the consular of Ghana in Budapest took the president, Janos, to Ghana to do water treatment. First time, for the past, I know, the consular, 20 years, this has been his biggest opportunity to establish, take a big for development. So I don't know why Slovenian businessmen or Croatia business will shy away from Africa. And one more last thing. Africa now is trading with its own self. So the opportunities are not limited, a lot. Africa is trading with its own self. Ghana is the secretariat, while Nigeria is the president of African Bank. So everything, our excellency will bear me out. So don't shy away, don't be afraid. The opportunities are there. The ups and downs are there. But when you are there, you will get what you want. It's not by internet or whatever. Go there by yourself. Go there, see with yourself. Then everything will be there. We know Ghana we know Ghana, West Africa, a lot of students came to study here. Slovenia, Croatia, Belgrade, everywhere. Kakosi, Dobro. Yeah, I say, Kakosi, they say, Dobro, where you? Yeah. So, when you don't know the information, you don't get the correct information, you'll be shy from doing business. I was doing business with solar energy. That's why I got stroke. 8 years now. The guy, because I was thinking about the profit, $200,000 cash. So now, I don't think about anything. My life is very important. Mm-hmm. So please, don't shy away with business opportunity in Africa. Africa is the almighty now.
Thank you very much,
Mr.
Frank. Yeah, let's appreciate him for... we are trying to connect with the former deputy governor of Bank of Ghana for his own presentation, but while we are still trying to get in touch with him, I think I will want to do the honor to invite Mr. Venice briefly to tell us about Uganda, please. Let's appreciate, he's the Vice President of African in Diaspora.
Her Excellency, the President of this association or group, this is not the first time I'm here. I am Venance Wapokurwa, a Ugandan who studied here. I'm a mechanical engineer and a teacher too. And I've been living here since 1969. Right after the university, I worked for government ministry whereby I was in charge of all the third world countries' opportunities. Then later, I worked as a design engineer. That was the time when I was locked up. And later on, I had my own company, which I stopped with the hope of going home. And now, recently, I managed to find some Africans who are ready to unite, and we formed what we called the Association of the United African Diaspora in Hungary. I will briefly speak about that. It's important because our major aim is that to familiarize ourselves with the government and at the same time be able to extract the possibilities that the government of Hungary can give to African countries, whereby we could introduce our cultures, that the Europeans also come to know that we are not just the street people. There are a lot of migrants here. They confuse us, but you will never see any educated man in the street. I'm never on the street. So we have got our objectives. Because of this, we wish to have a center whereby we can exercise our culture to show to the European countries that our cultures are as rich as theirs, and at the same time we could participate in sports, invite even Africans playing. Now there are so many Africans even in Hungary, which is surprising. For a long time there were no Africans playing football in Hungary. Then later we can also bring business. Every year we expect to organize a business forum whereby we invite business people from different countries to Hungary to spend a few days, whereby they can familiarize themselves with Hungary. And this is not only limited to Hungary. We are ready to extend this to other countries too. Just as I'm here, people who hear what I say, my contact is there. I have established contact with home. For a long time, it was impossible to establish contact. Now, there is a very good management, let me call it governance, actually. Second, that's one thing. Deputy president of the Association of the United Africans in Diaspora. My friend Dada invited me because he knows what I'm doing. Whatever they have said is happening in my own country. There are many well-to-do people in my country. Because there are so many tribes in our countries, people seem to cling themselves to their own individual tribes, which is not something good. I've been in Europe. I see that Europe is developing because they have stopped their identity as coming from this province and that. They are all working together. As for Uganda, I don't know how many of you know much about Uganda. I will briefly describe. It lies on the equator, where Lake Victoria, the largest lake in Africa, the second largest lake in the world, is. and where River Nile starts, from the mountains of the moon. It is called the mountains of the moon because the top is covered with snow, and it is from the glacier that the water drips and finds its way up to Egypt. The land is, the area is okay, I thought I was in Hungary, because it is 2.5 times the size of Hungary. I wanted to say that. It is 2,300 square kilometers, and the population is 43 million already. The land is at the altitude of 1,000 and 1,200. I personally come from 1,600. The weather is cool. Where it is a bit lower, the temperature rises only to 28 degrees centigrade. And because of the strong sun heat, the weather is automatically cooled. The weather is very fine. If you're tired, you can sit for only 10 minutes in the shade, or you will start freezing if you had been sweating. Where I was born, the temperature is average 22. So when it comes to 24, it is very hot for us in the northern area. As I said, I'm an agricultural mechanical engineer. My aim was to start large farming in the country. The funny thing with Africa, I think most Africans is the same, that individual families start small farms. They cannot die hungry. There were wars in my country. Nobody died of hunger. You could run 10 kilometers to the east or west, north. There is food there, enough to support anybody. But today we see the need to develop. Now I've got some few points here which I would like to point to you, where development is needed. Primarily, I will read from what I have. It is haphazard. I got it yesterday from home. So there are many companies now who trust that they can work together with the Europeans. And earlier, people had been afraid of African countries. I'm proud to say that Uganda is really a peaceful country. Anybody who has been there would see how remarkable it is. People are friendly. I will give you one example. I was on a motorcycle. I was in a hurry traveling to where I was born. And I had only a few days to visit a lot of places. As we were going, I had a very expensive watch, which was given, which I had to take to somebody as a gift. During the journey, it fell off from my box. And then somebody picked it up and started running after me, shouting, and he gave it back to us. A person whom we don't know, he must be one of those poor people living in towns. In addition to this, there is a motto in my country, just to encourage you come to Uganda. I experienced it, that every office has got a guard with a gun. Why? He said, these people are to regulate. If you see anybody running, shoot him, because we are in a peaceful country. If you're running, you must be a bad man. So, one more. For a long time, I did not go home. There are some other reasons which I don't want to expose, but very important indeed. And when I went home, I had friends, a woman married to my friend in Kenya. So I went first of all to Kenya. And the stories they told me were frightening. There, I could not sleep for 3 weeks. I'm going to, okay, thank you. So to make it short, all I wanted to say is that a street person took me to where I wanted to go. And afterwards returned and went to where she was going. That's how peaceful it is. Coming back to what I was saying here, there are a lot of opportunities in Uganda. For instance, I will just mention a few of them immediately because I have not much time. For instance, opportunities lie in powder milk production, flavored UHT milk, butter, cheese, and other things, production of meat exports. So the best skin in the world, by the way, is from Uganda. I don't know whether you know of that. Animal skin. Because of its weather, it's the best. We wanted to start a factory, a shoe factory there. Another one is quality feed processing, which we lack. For instance, commercial breeding and production of cement and the local export market, construction of modern abattoirs and enabled meat production. These are the things which are lacking. So if any company of this kind is there, is going to establish a factory in a peaceful country, then we need also tanning of hides and skins. And at the same time, extensive ranching, like in Europe. Apart from this, I would just go over the opportunities. Then we need, again, processing machines, products. These are the things for smoked, salted, and sun-dried meat. Organic manure processing, this is what we are lacking. Construction laboratories and for disease surveillance, and so many other things. Let me just mention a few which are very, very, very interesting indeed. For instance, to open up big farms of coffee. We are number 2 after Ethiopia in coffee production. Even today, you can even buy green beans, but we need to expand this cotton. We produce, I think that we are 3rd in coffee production. Banana and other things, other items, there are so many. And to cut it short, there are so many industrial projects which need to be taken to Uganda. I would mention the 3. Road constructions, highway road constructions, bridge constructions, dams. These are opportunities for outside European countries. I mean, I call it European, but there are many Asians already in the country doing the same thing. So my visit card, I will leave it here. If anybody is interested, can contact me, because I've got direct contact with the home people, whereby I can be contacted anytime. And next time maybe I will prepare properly and give you the details. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you.
Yeah, hold on, take yourself. Okay, please. Yeah. Thank you very much. We're so sorry for that. I mean, we Africans, we like telling stories, and I just needed to let him understand that this is a business club. However, I can authoritatively confirm the source that he got those information from. We were together a few days ago, and I got to know that the Prime Minister of Uganda called him, and because this is my own duty is to at least don't waste my business partner's time. Yes, I remember when I had a section with my ambassador, and she said, Mr. Dada, she felt disappointed that I did not actually prepare very well for her. Because the truth is this, most of us can get most of this information online, generic information. And generic informations are not what high-profile business club like this need. However, we have the credible sources from our region. If we say this is possible or this exists, be rest assured that yes, it exists. Well, we are not saying that it will succeed. It depends on how ready are you. How ready are you to go to Nigeria to meet with the minister of, maybe the minister of resources, or the, because if you approach Her Excellency and you tell her that, oh, this and this and this, the next thing is she will ask you is, can you come to the embassy? I remember we had a session like this in Budapest last year, and after the meeting, one of the electric company, a bus company in Budapest approached me. I said, yes, I can arrange a meeting with Her Excellency. And a week later, he brought his own CEO. And we were together, we met with Her Excellency, then we'll be able to sort things out. We made things clear. So this is what we expect from this meeting. Please don't just believe that people have come all the way to tell us all these things and not expect action. And I believe that during time of interaction and questions, you'll be able to file out your concern. Because of time, I have one, please give us 5 minutes to hear from the Deputy former Governor of Bank of Ghana to be able to give his own presentation. And after that, the rest is just for us. Now, I have my business colleagues here. We came from all over. There is one of my senior business partners that came from Nigeria. Those of us here can easily meet one another and exchange business cards during probably the launch or whatever. But at least let's give the opportunity for those who are online to give us their own. And after his own discussion, I would stop for now because Vesna asked me when are we eating. All right. So Technical, please can you let us hear the former deputy governor.
Good morning to you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thanks for the opportunity to make a short intervention. The best opportunity in Ghana. First, I'd like to say that Ghana is a very good location for business and climate life in Ghana. First of all, I'd like to talk about the political situation. I think most of you will be aware that since 1992, we have been moving from one party to the other through the ballot box. And so far, the political situation is quite stable. Now, we also have a population of 31 million with a context million, with a GDP of close to 600 billion United States dollars. And what does this mean? It means Ghana is very small, but we are situated within the ECOWAS region, such that we are able to, whoever relocates to Ghana can do business in Nigeria, can do business in Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Togo, and what have you. I also like to talk about the security situation. You may be, I think you have heard about the security situation in Nigeria. Recently, there are also disturbances in Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Togo, and it's only Ghana that appears to be a haven as far as security is concerned. The government has launched a program to create awareness among the population as a whole in the recent past. Now, we also have the banking system that is resilient, is able to support the real sector of the economy. The sea level is very, very high with a very young population. We also, till lately, because of the geopolitical situation, Ghana has been experiencing a very stable macroeconomic, situation, with inflation a year ago hovering around 7.8. Unfortunately, because of the geopolitical disturbances, inflation has inched up significantly. But government has come out with, the central bank in particular has come out with policy measures to rein in inflation. We also have reasonable reserves, almost 5 months of import cover. And this provides the opportunity for companies that are residents in Ghana who are ready to transfer their profits to do that without any inhibition. There's also considerable improvement in the ease of doing business in the country. All the parameters, the indices are showing a positive trend. Now, we have a banking system that is very strong. We have about 23 banks at the moment. And out of these 23, there are 11 foreign banks. And that should tell you that we are a very good environment for investment. And I think most of the banks are from Nigeria. So that should tell you the affinity we have with each other, Nigeria and Ghana. So if you are located in Ghana, it means you are prepared or you have the opportunity to do business in Nigeria. Now, what about the business opportunities? I think a lot have been said. Her Excellency has talked about a number of issues, business opportunity areas in Nigeria, which are similar to that of Ghana. For example, we have the oil. We struck oil only in 2011, so we are very young as far as oil production is concerned. But fortunately, we put in measures to ensure that the oil resources are utilized to the benefit of the people of this country. We also are rich in mineral resources, gold, bauxite, manganese. Recently, they've also discovered lithium that will be used in the production of batteries. But unfortunately, most of these minerals are exported in their raw form. So the opportunity exists for refining or adding value to this. And you know that when you add value, you are almost always going to triple the value that you get as opposed to the raw state. Now, we also have huge opportunities in the agricultural sector. You know, Ghana is the second largest world producer of cocoa. Unfortunately, it is also exported in the raw state. Government has a target of processing about 50% of this, output, which is upwards about 800,000 tons a year. And currently, we are not up to the 50% target. So there is a huge opportunity for companies who are willing to set up in that area to procure the beans from the cocoa board for processing. In fact, the research institution has also come out with research findings that cocoa can be processed into brandy, wine, and a lot of other things apart from the cocoa powder, the pebbles, and the butter. So there's a huge opportunity in the cocoa sector. Then we also have poultry, the poultry sector. We've imported a huge amount of poultry products into the country every year. And there's opportunity for the establishment of hatcheries and for that matter, poultry industry to really churn out the products for local consumption and for export. Now, we also have the fisheries. The fisheries, there are a lot of foreign, trawlers that are, fishing in our waters. So there is opportunity there as well. In fact, the agriculture sector, when it comes to the cereals, the opportunity there is to have irrigation because most of the production now is based on rain-fed agriculture. So we're looking up to investors that can couple the production with irrigation so that there can be all year round production of the cereals for local consumption and for export. In fact, we have been exporting maize outside the country until just last week that the president has put a temporary ban on export of cereals, or maize in particular, outside of the country. We also have opportunities in the manufacturing sector. A lot of areas and many foreign companies are already in the country and undertaking a number of manufacturing products. And there are huge opportunities there as well. Now, I'd like to talk about one of the, best areas or attractive areas for investment, which is unity. Firstly, I talk about railway, the railway line. Government has a plan, a master plan, has come out with a master plan to extend railway facilities to almost about 4,000 kilometers, both for in the sub-region and connecting to the sub-region. For example, we are partnering with Burkina Faso to extend railway services to that country. And with the investment that can be attracted from that for that sector, it is likely this can be extended to other countries in the sub-region. You'll be surprised to learn that at the independence, there were about 94 kilometers of railway facility. But as we speak, just about 13% of that is in operation. So the opportunity exists in that sector. For example, we also have the bauxite. And the bauxite it used to be conveyed to the ports through the railway that links to the production sites. But at the moment, because of the poor state of the railway, they are having to use road facility for the conveyance of the bauxite. And this is creating a lot of problem for the road infrastructure, because these things are heavy products, heavy stuff. So they destroy the road network, easily. So there is a huge opportunity there, to link the various, in fact, we have the Westin corridor where a lot of minerals are produced, and it's expected that there will be the opportunity for investors to connect their place from the Western region to the Northern region, and then from the Central also to the North, and then the Eastern to link to the Central for onward, journey to the North.
Mr. Molson,
as far as the railway,
excuse me, with due respect, sir, I would want to kind of interrupt you because of time.
Okay.
We appreciate that. So, but however, we will try and make sure that we pass the details of this possible investment opportunity to the participants, and whoever will be interested in following up any of the opportunity will certainly connect us together. Thank you very much for your time.
I'm available to be the partner to link up to any sector that they may be interested in.
We appreciate.
So thank you very much for listening to me.
We appreciate that. We are so sorry for that. One of the importance of this kind of information is the source. We believe with such an information, whoever will be interested, we can easily make things happen. On a last note, when I called Mr. Branco 2 weeks, he said he's not going to be here, but the staff will be here. He said, can we present something on agriculture? So I want to round up with, because we had from Uganda, from Ghana. The last speaker is going to be from Nigeria. In 5 minutes, he's going to just give us the agricultural possibilities in Nigeria. This is for the Obico company. Then after that, Vesna will, probably will go for question and answer or for lunch. I think it's, for lunch. All right. So please, let's just listen to Bimbo from Nigeria to conclude this section. Please, Bimbo, can you be very, very brief, please? I hope he's still there.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Please go ahead. Be very brief. We can hear. Yes, okay. Yes, please.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, good morning, sir.
My name is Bimbo Dada. I'm going to present on behalf of Nigeria agri sector perspective. And one of the things I would just want to bring to your notice is that the presentation is going to cover, it's peculiar to Nigeria, but also covers a lot of what is happening in Africa, which a lot of the people have spoken about. All protocols observed, and I go straight to the point. There are facts that the slides that I have there, but I'm presenting from that slide. If it's possible, they'll be able to project. If not, I'll just go through some of the very important points there. The first thing I did in this slide is to talk about the facts and figures about Nigeria agri-sector. It's a very, very huge opportunity that is really untapped for now. As we speak today, Nigeria population sits at 215 million, 215 million. By 2030, Nigerian population will be 263 million, projected to be 263 million. That is in the next 8 years. By 2050, Nigerian population will be 400 million. So the first thing you ask yourself is this a place to joke with? I will tell you, it's a place that you cannot joke with. And one of the things I have my facts and figures, which I call food for thought, is that in the slide, there's a place where I put in there. Do you know that the majority of foreigners, especially Indians, Chinese, Asians, are seriously buying thousands of hectares of land with C of O presently in Nigeria? That means that many of the big players like Olam, many of the big players that are into Indomie, we call them, the company is called Dufil Groups. Many companies like MTN, which is in the IT perspective, many companies like Chevron, all these guys are seated in Nigeria and taking charge of the opportunity. You can go to slide number 5. Just go forward. One. Go ahead. I'm just in a particular point I'm discussing. You can move forward. Just move one more. That's it. That's where I am. So I want you to see this opportunity. I know a lot of people have spoken. Mr. Michael has spoken. Our Excellency has spoken. And many other people have spoken about the opportunity in Africa. The question you ask yourself is that, why are these people coming? A lot of them have set up many organizations that you can never believe in. They've become extremely big. And these guys are guys that they work hand in hand with what they call the local players as well. So it's something I just want you to see. Number 2 thing I want you to take advantage of here is that there's so much skills development that there has to be developed. There's so much technology advancement that you cannot joke with in this industry. If you go a bit, one slide before this one, you will notice, one slide before more, you will notice, just look at Lagos State, which has almost population of 21 million. This is what is happening in Nigeria on a daily basis. Can you imagine 5,000 cows slaughtered on a daily basis, 20,000 goats and sheep killed on a daily basis? If you come in, if you are in the agri sector, if you are in the feed sector, the feeding sector, I can tell you this is an industry you can never joke with. Let's go ahead. Turn to the next slide, please. One more slide. One more. Yeah. No. Before this one. Now, one of the things I also want us to note here is this. It's very important that we've seen that a lot of Nigerians have become entrepreneurs. And that's an area that I can tell you, Slovenia and Croatia can take advantage of it. Many people are thinking and believing that they can do more. So if we have over 70%, which I am inclusive, I was in the telecoms industry with Ericsson, who is a Swedish company before. I spent 14 years before. And I went into agri sector. And when I got to the agri sector, I couldn't believe the unbelievable opportunities that I've been able to see. And like I said, there are challenges has been mentioned. Next slide, please. Next slide. Now, after this one, there's something I want to mention. I'll move from here immediately. If you can see a country that has over 70% of unemployed and underemployed population, I tell you, this you have what it takes. The technology in Europe, especially Central and Eastern Europe, is so much developed. I can tell you when I was in telecoms, I know what we normally do. There's something we call offshoring, where the kind of jobs we're doing, we can offshore it to these countries in Europe because you guys have the skill. So there's so many things that can be done where we can work hand in hand. Number two thing, which before we move from this slide, there's an opportunity called AGWA, African Growth Opportunity. That opportunity, Blue Sky, there's a company in Ghana, presently as we speak, which my Ghana counterparts have spoken about. That company, what they do is that they get fruits, fresh fruits, tropical fruits, exotic fruits from Africa, slice them, cut them, and that same day, it sends to Europe, especially London. From there now, they are working on taking this opportunity to Canada and US. And there, the man is saying it's too much that it can't even take it's too much, it doesn't even know where to start from. So let's move to the next slide, please. Let's move out of this slide. Now let's go to this. This is what I want you to look at. These are the fruits available in my country and West Africa, I can tell you. These are fruits that are used, most importantly, in the fruit juice company for freshly cut fruit juice, fruit juice companies, for multivitamins, and also many other areas, supplement companies, pharmaceutical companies that you can never imagine. And these are foods that I need. There's something we were doing, if I remember very well, with Mr. Dada. Recently, we were talking to a man, I think he should be on the platform, Mr. Ivan. He was looking at bringing some of these food from Nigeria to, what do you call it, the Croatia. The talk is still on. And these are things that we have here. Let's go to the next slide, please. What I've done is I've listed some of them. The first one I did was to show you pictures. The second I've done is to list you some of these opportunities. So when you look at them, there might be areas like mangoes, papayas, bananas, tangerines, tangelos, pineapples, and many of all these things that you might be needing for your industry, or you want to add value to and send to maybe other countries you're looking at, maybe in the Americans or anywhere in the world. Let's go to the next slide, please. I've mentioned this one, so let's go to the next one. The commodities. Now, these are things that I know when we started talking, and I know Dejan spoke about this. He spoke about shea butter, he spoke about cashew, he spoke about many other things. One of the things I want to mention here, very important to every one of us here, is that as we speak today, myself and Mr. Dada are looking at a few things, and which our Excellency and many other presenters from Africa have said. We're looking at working on creating what they call African Hub in Hungary, presently as we speak, where all these things can be brought there. Because I know we have our own challenges. We are trying to make all this work a little bit easier for you, where you have them, we are available there. Some of them you can take them, some of them you can test them. Then what we now do is that we will now be the channel that will be talking to Africa. We can bring it for you there. And from there, it will be much more easier to talk. This is another area you can look at. I know sometimes you have to be in Nigeria. I know sometimes you have to be in Africa. West Africa, I mean, I'm talking about. But the truth there is that some of these things can be made easier for all of you. What we've done is that to also create an hub where we can add value. Some of them we can also have process. And some of them, we can actually bring them raw for you. So there are two channels you can look at these things. One of them is that also consolidating yourself in Nigeria and West Africa. But the other part is that for some of you that cannot come, we can do it in a better way, where we can bring all these things closer to you. And all these things are things that are presently done in the US, in the UK. I can tell you this thing is happening in the UK. I can list you many companies, but I don't have the time. So let's go to the next slide. The next slide, I just listed some of these things, some of the pictures you've seen. And I can tell you, these are industries. If you look at chebe powder, if you are someone that loves hair, you want your hair to be very long, chebe powder has been tested in Africa. If you use it, I can tell you, your hair will be as long as anything you can imagine. What about shea butter? These are things. So we're trying to position ourselves. I know there might be difficult challenges you guys might be having of coming, but like I said, we're looking at creating a hub. Next slide, please. Now, next slide. Next slide. Now, I know that Mr. Dada mentioned something to Biko. If you look at these statistics, over 1 million Nigerians are living abroad. Students, legal and illegal. I mean, over 1 million. So it varies from 1 million to 5 million. And I can tell you, it's something you can't joke with. So if an average Nigerian spends $100 a month on their food, and I can tell you, I gave what do you call it? Just 100 African restaurants across in the UK. So the question we are asking ourselves is that if we have over 100,000 students in Europe, that is an area you cannot joke with. I can imagine in Central and Eastern Europe, if you add the Africans there, the Nigerians there, these are areas that you can do business. And like we said earlier, we are here. Our Excellency is there, Mr. Dada is there, Dejan is there, Obiko is there. We can all work together to make sure and to see that all you guys can take advantage of this thing. You can't joke with Africa. Remember, like I said, by 2050, Nigerian population will be 400 million. Now, you can now imagine what Africa will be. Africa will be 1.2 billion. Is there any continent you can joke with? No. Let's go to the next slide, please.
Sorry, Bimbo, I think I will need to stop you because of time. These are fantastic thing. What I will do is to probably link you up with whoever will be interested to discuss the matter further. Because we've been here now for almost 2 hours. I did not want to discourage him because if it is to go by what Dejan has said, I personally, I want to say I am not interested. But you know, I cannot just kill people's passion because of my own flaw. And I believe that, yes, we have some challenges, but if we can get necessary partners, this thing will work. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I want to appreciate your time. And Sasa, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I don't know if we still have time for a question or we just go straight for lunch. Over to you. Yeah. So during the lunch time, we can interact, we exchange business cards, ask questions. Unfortunately, those of my friends that came here with me, we may not be given the opportunity to speak through the mic, but during the interaction, please let's meet one another, exchange business cards. Thank you very much.